Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So just about ready to load up my truck with this nice big pile of non-ferrous material that I've been collecting. And what I want to do today is go through some of the items I have, as well as some of the current prices. I've just printed them off. Today is February 2nd, 2024, so happy Groundhog Day to everyone. And as mentioned, not only look at prices, how to sort it, but also mention some of the common places I do find these items. So gonna start over here. This is a small pile of my non-magnetic stainless steel. You can see putting a magnet to it doesn't stick. And this right now, non-magnetic stainless steel, going for about 77 cents a pound Canadian. There are different items. This large cylindrical item in this pole did come off of a recent scrap video that I have yet to publish on stand-up propane heaters. So great source of stainless steel there. I have a few pieces off of barbecues. This is where I mostly find it, as well as some dishwashers running a magnet through the inner box. If it is non-magnetic, it's going to be stainless steel. So barbecue, and I actually have right here, this is off of a weight scale, a giant one that I found. This too, non-magnetic, and this too is stainless steel. So barbecue is most common, as well as your dishwashers. You do have to make sure you put a magnet to it. If the magnet sticks, it's going to be classified as magnetic stainless steel, and it gives you about tin price, so about 16 to 17 cents a pound Canadian. Great price still, but well worth getting this non-magnetic, upgrading to that 77 cents. And I do also want to mention that a lot of my viewers do ask me, how do I tell the difference between stainless steel, for example, and aluminum? My best test is the spark test. If I put a magnet to it and it's non-magnetic, I hit it with a grinder. If the grinder shows sparks, it's going to be stainless steel. If I touch it with a magnet and it is non-magnetic and the grinder does not produce sparks, it's going to be aluminum. So this, as I mentioned, non-magnetic stainless steel. Got a nice pile here. I do have a little bit more, not on camera, but going to get a nice price here. This bag right here, this is a giant bag, nice and heavy. These are actually all aluminum heat sinks that I have found off different circuit boards. And what's great about this bag is this is a form of aluminum called extrusion. As I bring it up to the camera, you can see there, it looks like it's been put through a mold or a press. So all of your aluminum that looks like it's been put through a mold or a press is going to be extrusion. So this is all clean extrusion here. And this right now is going for $1.01 a pound in London, Ontario. And you do want to make sure you separate it. Here's another example. This too is off of a circuit board. Nice big size. But this is painted extrusion. And this is actually 4 cents more a pound. This is, 5 cents more. This is $1.06 a pound. Not sure why the painted is worth more. There may be something in the paint. I'm not sure. But again, circuit boards, I often talk about the heat sinks that come off of here. Beautiful source of extrusion. These are off of little circuit boards from the flat screen TVs. So they do come in all sizes, as well as other extrusion that you're going to find. A lot of your window frame screens, the outer frame of those are extrusion as well as some other items. So just this, showing this extrusion just from heat sinks and circuit boards. This right here, I have two massive piles here of copper radiators or copper aluminum radiators, and right now these I've saved up, get them from air conditioners, dehumidifiers, as well as small ones like this that you're going to get from ice makers. Some of these I did have to cut the copper off the sides. Some of them I've already done that in the past, so I have been storing these up, waiting to bring them in. And again, currently right now these are going for $2.80 a pound. It actually has jumped about 50 cents from last week, so great price, and looking forward to cashing all these in. You do want to be careful, wear gloves, the edges are sharp, those fins, the aluminum. As well, the copper here, you can see that I have removed it, and this is the copper that comes off of it. Some people will leave that on, I don't. There is actually two sides. You're going to get one that has the soldering on it. You're going to have the other side that doesn't have the soldering. And it does depend on if it is clean or not. The The soldering ones like this is automatically going to be number 2 copper because of the soldering. And these currently right now going for $4.30 a pound. If I was to bring this bucket in as is, as I would, because there is still oil on this one, regardless if there is no soldering, this too would be downgraded into number 2. And some scrapyards will regardless give you the number 2 value. I have tried putting these into a vinegar solution. It does get rid of the oily residue, and you can upgrade these into number 1 copper, which currently is $4.50 a pound. So again, 20 cents more, just throwing it into a vinegar solution. I'll save them up. I actually throw them in that when I'm even trying to clean up some of my copper tubing, as well as just getting rid of that discoloration. So again, that can work, but it does depend. I have had some people say that it doesn't. It does depend on your scrap yards, the person working the scale, as well I think as where you live. So it is a gamble, but regardless, gonna at least get number 2 copper for these at $4.30 a pound. And again, nice huge load. And I still actually have about 12 that are in the back of my garage there that I need to load. So have been saving these up for sure. Air conditioners, dehumidifiers, as well as some of your ice makers. And I do also know that some people have mentioned they can't even bring these into the scrapyard because you have to be an HVAC technician. They don't want people cutting the tubes, and it is illegal if you do that yourself. But here in Southwestern Ontario, we can bring these in without having a license ticket, so that is great that I'm going to get $2.80 for this. There is right here a lot of clean aluminum in this bag. I have different items, little tail ends. This is off of your dryers, for example. Found this at a job site, little pieces of this. Little pieces of just frame, odds and ends. This here, this bar, this actually came off of a large flat screen TV on the back. So this too, again, non-magnetic. If I was to hit this with a grinder, it would not spark. But a nice piece. This is pretty heavy, so this is going to be clean aluminum. Going to give me right now about 45 to 50 cents a pound. Aluminum isn't that heavy, but storing it up, it does add up. I do also want to show this. This came out of a recent dehumidifier I took apart, an older style. These coils here are aluminum. I did scratch them. It has the metallic look underneath. Some of them you do want to be careful, especially with the older ones. You can scratch them and they can actually be coated copper. So make sure you check that. You also want to make sure you run a magnet down it. Some of them will have a connector that has steel. This one does not. So again, this is going to be aluminum. There was the connector. You see, look at that little piece of copper there. But nice piece. This is off of a radiator coil. Right now, because it is winter, I do also find pieces of shovel. Notice this is also aluminum, so you will find as well aluminum shovels. I also find them in the spring. They've been heavily destroyed because of the friction on the driveway. This is a small panel that I have off of a recently produced battery charger, so the frame here. So again, all this is clean aluminum, going for about 45 to 50 cents a pound. Okay. I do also actually right here have another piece of extrusion that I have. This, I believe, came off of the edge of a barbecue. You can see it has some pretty nice burn marks on it, so make sure that I put this into my extrusion pile, as well as some of your carpet edges like this. This is also going to be extrusion because you can see the rivets there, or the bumps, if you will. Again, looks like there's a mold, the tracks. So extrusion here, so make sure I put this in that pile. Okay, but 45 cents a pound for this. Want to look right here. Here is a nice aluminum rim. Just found one. I have found several of them. Actually, I found 2 of them in a ditch about 4 months ago. So great item here. I do have separate videos showing you how to remove the tire. Easy to do, and I will include the link to that in my description. But this right here, car rim, is going to give me, $1.17 a pound. So this is a nice weight here. So again, for doing nothing, I do have to pull off. There's a small little valve here that has the rubber. Just gonna take a pair of pliers and rip it off. But the rest of this is clean. I have had some people say you can resell rims, which is true. But if I only have one, Most time people are looking for two, and the two that I found in the ditch several months ago, one of them was all dented up, banged up, so not sure what happened to that one. But looking at resale value of these, putting them on Kijiji or any other type of online is another way to go, because you are going to make more for anything that is sellable or resellable than scrap. But again, going to get some nice weight and price here. I do have a small bag of number 2. Look at this number 2. This has all just been collected from copper bearing motors that I have here. I want to get rid of this because you can see there is a lot of oil on this. This is actually a lot of motors that came out of my compressors that I've been taking apart. But all of this is going to be number 2, again, copper. And that too is going for $4.30 a pound. So it is a nice weight. I just keep packing it down and get that, scrapper's gold, the copper. So number 2 copper because of the oily residue, as well as because all of that wire is thinner than 16 gauge. But again, great prices here, great items. Looking forward to loading them up, getting some space in here, as well as, just like the stock market, you're going to sell high. And with copper radiators going at $2.80 a pound, now is the time to get rid of them and sell and make some money. So hope you enjoyed that. But again, some really common items you're going to find, stainless steel extrusion, your copper radiators, lots of aluminum, and our scrapper's gold, again, your copper. So hope you enjoyed that. Keep the questions coming. I have had several beginner scrappers asking me different ways to sell things as well as separate things. I'm here to help as best I can, work with the scrapping community, help make a difference not only monetarily for you, but also working to help the environment. So again, thanks for watching. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.